Awesome, awesome. Hello, the first person to get on. I know I'm on a couple of minutes early. I wanted to get on so everybody could get logged in, and then make sure that everything was going across on my end for you guys. So you guys just go ahead and make sure you're getting put in over in the comments section, your first name, last name, school, and everything. And this is going to be the 4 to 5 hour with me. I'm going to be going over a couple of different tips and tricks, for styling some curly hair to make sure you look the best as possible whenever you're going out into the work field, and that you can remain the best professional you are while you are out here. So I know there's only a couple of you on here right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and wait and let a couple more people get logged in. I know they were saying it's supposed to storm all day today, but I don't know. At my house, we've gotten pretty much little to no rain here. I wonder if anyone else has gotten rain or if it's been raining all day where you may live. I'm not too sure. But hopefully that wasn't too loud. Thank you. I have not been watching any new TV shows. I just it's rough right now. I'm just kind of bored with the TV. I've been doing walks with my dog. All of that wonderfulness. Thank you guys. I told you guys I have some curls. They're there. It's just I don't wear them as often. Especially during the winter time, just because my hair is a lot more dry. I can't really get my curls to cooperate the way I want them to in the summer, and it's just the ways in the life that it is. But on this webcam I can see my roots are shining on through. Awesome. I'm glad to see that you guys are getting logged in. I hope more people are gonna grab on. I wanted to come on a little bit early so then that way everybody had plenty of time to get logged on, and then I just wanted to make sure that I had my video working. Sometimes my camera does not like to cooperate with me, and I'll get like a kaleidoscope effect instead of actual camera footage. But I'm so glad to have all of you here. I'm just going to wait for some more people to get in. If any of you have not already sent me your drawing of your nail, you do need to make sure you send that over to me. You need to do it in the next couple of minutes. 4 o'clock is the deadline. I believe, worked through most of the emails. I think I had about 5 or 10 left before I got onto here. So if you haven't heard from me yet, you're definitely going to hear from me once this video is over. So then we will be all good to go. Well, I'm just waiting on some people. It's birthday weekend for us here in my house. So tonight is my in-laws' anniversary, and then tomorrow is their youngest son's birthday, and then Monday is his father's birthday, and then Tuesday is my in-laws' sister's birthday. So it's like back to back to back days. But the crazy thing is we all live together, so I guess it's kind of like a party, our own little party in the house all the time. I know we're all kind of sick of playing the same games over, and I guess just kind of looking at everybody. I mean, we love each other, but haven't seen some other faces around in a long time. Just need that other social interaction. Thought that would be coming. We got new neighbors. That's not happening. But anyways, we'll save the neighbor story for another day. But if you guys are watching, go ahead and put your name over into the roll call box so that way we can get you guys all accounted for. And then you guys go ahead and make sure you give this video a thumbs up as well. You know, we want to be making sure that everybody is liking the videos, and all of, you know, YouTube can see that you guys are liking our videos. If you are on your phone, you can just press the X up in the corner, and it'll get rid of the chat, and then you'll see the thumbs up, thumbs down, and then you'll just click live chat again and it'll pop back up. But I hope everybody is getting logged in. And let me get some water. I guess this is my drink of the day. Sorry, y'all. I had to get a plastic water bottle. Usually I'm all about saving the turtles. I have my Hydro Flask. But, you know, I really don't know how I accumulated. I think I bought it or something. But plastic is plastic. So, as you guys are getting signed in and everything, we figured it would be awesome to do just, you know, some tips and tricks on, you know, making sure that you look your best for your interviews and everything, making sure that you're carrying yourself in professional manners, that you're being the most professional as you possibly can, you know, given the specific circumstances or such. But, you know, you always want to make sure whenever you're going and interviewing or talking with anybody that you are presenting yourself how you would want to make the best first impression as you possibly can. I know some of you guys do know I was a manager at Justice, like the little girls' clothing store. So we did interviews quite often to bring in new sales associates. So some of the things I would coach some of my other stylists along in making sure, you know, maybe their first interview wasn't too great, so making sure that their next interview was wonderful. So my number one thing was always be on time. So the girls, you know, that were always on time, or you always want to be early. The girls that were always early or on time or anything, I typically ended up hiring. Now the girls that seemed to be running late, or, you know, they just were running late and they gave no explanation, they didn't give a call or anything. You know, that's already a first thing off right off the bat, you know, that I'm already going to be, you know, kind of judging you off of. You know, you got to think about it when you're going in for a job interview, and all of your professional antics and everything. You want to make sure that you're presenting yourself in a very nice, uplifting, positive way. So you don't want to start that off by being late. For those of you, you know, that may struggle with getting out of the house on time, or making sure that you have plenty of time to get out of the house, you definitely want to make sure on the day of an interview for you guys that you guys are, you know, you guys are on time. You're allowing yourself enough time to make sure you're getting yourself nice and ready. Get ready for the day. You know, make sure you have nice clothes on. Your clothes are clean. You don't want to be running around the house, you know, before your interview, 30 minutes before your interview, trying to pick out an outfit to wear. So that's my number one biggest thing that I looked for. I looked for if they were on time, maybe if they were early. I don't know if any of you have ever heard the saying before, but to be early is to be on time, and to be on time is to be late, and to be late is unacceptable. Now, you know, everybody is different, you know. It just kind of varies and depends. You know, if you struggle with being late to everything, you know, you want to make sure that as you're continuing in your career, that you're making sure you are on time for all of your events, all of your interviews and everything, because that's going to show them that you are responsible, because that's what people are looking for, is how responsible is this person. Emily, do we need to take notes? You guys can just take a couple here and there. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I just wanted to talk about a couple of points for you guys. And then I'm going to show y'all how I achieve these curls in kind of a real quick way for maybe some of you that are out there and have curly hair and kind of struggle with, you know, what to do with it, how to style it, maybe what products you're putting into it. And such like that. But if you're just logging on, make sure you leave your name over in the comment sections for roll call, first name, last name, and school, of course. So my next tip and trick is you want to make sure that you're dressed appropriately. So, as much as you guys may think it is professional to wear blue jeans or such to a job interview, that is kind of frowned upon in the workplace. You do not want to be wearing jeans, especially if you're going for something that's rather big in professional. If you're going and interviewing at Jose Ruiz town, you for sure want to make sure you're not wearing jeans. You might even want to go and look up, what kinds of things that their stylists are wearing. Are they staying up and trending with the new fashion and everything, or are they more relaxed? They want you to be business casual or business professional. It just kind of varies and depends. But jeans are a big no-no for a job interview. No matter how well you are dressing them up or dressing them down, you want to make sure that you're presenting yourself in a professional manner. So if you're wearing jeans, 9 times out of 10, I didn't hire that person. Now it just varies and depends. You especially do not want to be wearing ripped up jeans that, you can see all of your knees and everything. That may not be the vibe of the salon. That could very well be the vibe of the salon. It just depends. But you have to remember, for this first interview, it's only one time or 2 or 3 times, that you have to make sure that you're following within those precautions and everything, because you want to look your very, very best as possible. So no jeans, especially no jeans with holes in them. So my third tip and trick is no cell phones, no electronic devices with you. I have interviewed a girl before who picked up her phone in the middle of my interview. I'm asking her, what kind of traits do you think you can provide to our work environment here? So, you want to not have your phone with you because you don't even want to have that distraction around. So I would always say, leave your phone in your car, or maybe in your purse with you. Make sure it's completely on silent. You don't want, Say So by Doja Cat to come on, because that's your ringtone. And, then it's really kind of awkward between you and the person interviewing you. It's a little weird. So those are my 3 tips and tricks for you guys. You want to make sure that you're on time for your interviews. You want to make sure that you're not wearing jeans, regardless of if that is the vibe in that salon. Your first time going, you want to present yourself in the most professional manner as you possibly can. And no matter how much we all love jeans, jeans are just not professional. And then my third tip and trick is do not bring your phone, or do not have your phone with you on, full blast or anything. Even when you do get to the interview, you don't really want to be on your phone. You do want to be there and engaged. So whether it's going to a retail store, whether it's going to a salon, be looking around. Look at how the stylist, or, what kind of clothes are they wearing? How are they engaging with their customers? Do they have to have specific conversations? Are there specific ways that they're going about everything? Those are the things that you're going to want to be looking for, especially when you first walk into a salon. You want to make sure that you have everything and that you kind of like the vibe that is there. You don't want to walk into a salon where nobody is there and, you don't like how anybody treats you or anything. So it's always, always important to make sure that you are not engaged on your phone all the time. You want to make sure that you are aware and appropriate of your situation going on around you. So, those are just a couple of little things that you want to make sure that you're doing about and everything, because, your age is nothing but a number. It's all about how you carry yourself, how you present yourself. You definitely are not going to want to walk in there and be like, yo, what up? That's just not professional. That's kind of talk between you and the homies or anything. You want to make sure that you are being very nice. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Using your manners, please. Thank you. And, just acknowledging that you care about that person and everything. Yeah. I used to be a manager, and if they wore jeans, I wouldn't hire them. Yeah. Ava, I was, for a while, when I worked at a bar, I bar with my dad. My dad never hired anyone that wore jeans whenever they came. Now, when I was interviewing people for justice, it very well just depended I did have quite a few girls that came in jeans, but I usually only ended up maybe hiring one or two of them. All of the girls that we all of the girls that we hired usually came very professionally dressed and everything. So even in just a low standard of doing something, even just a small little retail store, you still want to dress up, you still want to have your best on and everything. And you want to be presenting yourself as best as possible. So I know it kind of sounds like I'm repeating myself in a way, but those are kind of the errors and like the red flags that I can see from around people, especially when they're coming in. And especially, you don't want to make sure that you're showing off someone that you're not going to be. So if you're going to go in there and you're not going to hold yourself in a professional manner and everything in that day-to-day workplace, then you especially do not want to be walking in there and, putting on a fake card for these people. And then, a week later they find out, oh, this person really is not professional. Did I maybe make like a problem hiring them or something like that? So those are just a couple little things for you guys. Now let's talk about makeup and clothes. Now we have talked about, the jeans and everything. Now your tops, you don't want anything to be too crazy. I usually go for all black whenever I do go for an interview. That's just my personal preference. I feel like it looks the most professional. So it's just kind of what works. You definitely do not want to be wearing, a bright hot pink shirt or anything. You want to kind of keep it very low key, so very neutral tones and everything. Make sure your pants aren't wrinkled by any means. Make sure your top isn't wrinkled or anything. So, if you're a guy and you're going to wear a button-up shirt or something, you want to make sure that that shirt is ironed. It doesn't look like you just kind of rolled out of bed. For that aspect. And then your shoes. Your shoes do say a lot. They kind of complete the look on everything. Now, if you're going for a technical interview at a salon where they may ask you to perform haircuts and such for your interview, you may not want to wear like heels or, 6-inch platforms or something, unless you yourself know that you can last that entire interview without showing any signs of, struggle of being on your feet or anything. My biggest suggestion would be just a pair of flats. So invest in a cute little pair of flats. I got these here at Dillard's on sale. Whenever, Macy's or Dillard's is having a really, really big sale, you definitely want to check in and check on what clothes they have. They do carry a lot of professional clothing that you're going to be able to find that's going to fit properly and going to look very nice and presentable. Now, you don't have to go there, but it is a pretty big option, especially if you struggle to find clothes that fit properly. There's lots and lots of options out there. But I always suggest a pair of flats. I just got this pair of flats. I can pretty much wear them with just about any outfit that I want to change up or anything. So it's all good. I know they have to be black. My suggestion would be a pair of Converse, honestly, because that is like the best thing. You're going to get color and everything on them. But for sure, make sure you have a nice, comfortable pair of shoes and everything. Now, as far as your makeup goes, you want to make sure that you're not doing anything too crazy. Now, I know some of us love to have our Jeffree Star moments or, Laura Lee or whatever, and have that nice, bright, beautiful orange and green eyeshadow and everything. But, you don't want to be drawing major attention to you unless, again, you want to be, presenting yourself as, okay, I do my makeup wild and crazy like this every single day. So this is what you're going to be looking for. If that's what you're going to do and you're going to wake up every morning and have your makeup done and, multiple different eyeshadows on and all that and still be on time, that's one thing. But I would suggest something very natural, very soft glam. On my eyeshadow, you guys can't really see it. My lighting's not the best. But very soft, natural. On my eyeshadow, I just use the same shade that I use to bronze and contour my face. And I just put that all over my eyelid, and then I just stuck some glitter on top of it. So then that way, it made my eyes kind of pop and everything, and it looked like, very nice, very neutral, nothing too out of this world craziness or anything. So if you are that person that likes to wake up and do their makeup, crazy eyeshadow every single morning, go for it. But just remember how you're presenting yourself in an interview or on a first time, first basis. You know, that's the first impression and that's what they're going to expect. So, a nude heel is perfectly fine as well. But yes, the natural look, subtle makeup. Yes, awesome, awesome. DSW, yes, that is the perfect place to go for and get that. Now, Rihanna on the closed-toed shoes, they don't necessarily have to be closed-toed, but that is going to look the best, especially if you do not have paint on your toenails or anything. You want to make sure if you're wearing an open-toed shoe that your toes are polished or not polished. There's not an in-between. You don't want to have picked off nail polish on your toes and then be wearing these open sandals and everything, and then you show off show off the 3-month-old pedicure that you haven't decided to pick off of your toenails. So definitely make sure if you do decide to go with an open-toed shoe that you are deciding, making sure that your toes are nicely done. As I'm looking down at mine, undone. Alrighty. So those are just a couple of quick little things. So very soft, natural makeup, nothing too crazy. I wouldn't go too crazy on your jewelry either. Now, you don't have to keep it very simple. I'm not a very crazy jewelry person. Like my ears won't even stay completely pierced. But excuse me, I'm so sorry about that. But I do have just a little necklace on to go with my top. And then, of course, I do have my charm bracelet on as well. I also, if anyone has, like an Apple Watch or anything like I do, I would take that watch off just for the sake of your interview and just for the sake of needing it. I know sometimes I can like put mine on silent mode, but it really won't be on silent mode. It'll still ring or it'll still make my phone ring sometimes. So that's why you just go ahead and take it off, leave it down in your purse or and everything. So then that way it's not causing a big distraction. I like your curly hair. Oh, thank you, thank ya. So I guess I'm gonna show you guys kind of how I do my hair on the day today. Now today this is second day hair. Yeah, this is second day hair. So it's kind of a little bit big for me right now. My curls, especially down here at the very, very bottom, are not as defined as I like them to be because, I kind of have an effect of it being really straight down here and then it's really curly up here. So that's kind of something I personally struggle with in second day curly hair. Now, for those of you that are just starting out wearing your hair curly or you have friends that, wear their hair curly all the time, the biggest thing with the curly hair is you have to have a lot of conditioning agents in the hair. So you want to make sure that you don't want heavy products in there. So we're not going to be putting our regular shampoo and conditioner on and then leaving the conditioner in by any means. You want to be looking for a leave-in conditioner, making sure that you have a good conditioning mask as well. Because the biggest thing that curls need is moisture. And they want to suck all the moisture as they possibly can. So, Jessica, I'm going to show you how to fix that when they're too big and too frizzy and everything. So one of the things that I have noticed is I found a group on Facebook. It's called the Curly Girl Method. Now, I'm not too sure if any of you are familiarized with it, but it is a method I've kind of so followed. It's very strict. It's no silicones, no parabens, no sulfates. You have to have completely natural products and everything. There is an entire book written on how you can follow the Curly Girl Method. I mean, you don't even use a comb in the Curly Girl Method. You use your fingers to detangle everything. So it's kind of a crazy method to follow, especially because, sometimes we just need those silicones in our hair. It just varies, especially with curly hair. One product may work for your best friend, but then you may try another product and, it's it might not work for you. So it's a lot of trial and error with curly hair products. My suggestion is, if you want to start on the journey, is find a group, read as much as you can about what that group has, because it's going to be a lot of day to day. You're going to find people that live in your environment, people that live maybe in a drier environment, a more humid environment and such, because that's going to be a big factor in how your hair is going to hold moisture, hold its curls, hold its definition and everything. So if you have a client who comes in with curly hair and it's just kind of real stringy and nasty, or it's real frizzy, but they still have a curl to it, chances are they just don't have enough moisture in their hair. So a lot of times when people are starting out with curly hair, they're scared to have it sopping wet. Now, I know this sounds 110% crazy, but you do want to have the hair about 85 to 90% wet when you are applying your products in at the shampoo bowl and everything. So if I was, your client or anything, and I came in and all of that, the first thing you're going to want to do is, if you're going to go shampoo their hair, I would go shampoo their hair, condition it. You don't want to do any hard scrubbing motions because you want to detangle the hair while you are at the shampoo bowl. So I would take my client back. I would do 2 shampoos. You want to do your first one to break up any product or any buildup or anything, and then you want to do your second one to be cleansing and actually building away all of that dirt and griminess and everything, so that way you have a clean, healthy scalp. So I would take my client over there, shampoo them, and then while I am doing a conditioner, I'm going to first do a deep conditioner. So I'm going to look for something that is, full of moisture, full of repair. Some of your girls, if they're super platinum blonde, their hair is lacking that protein in their hair because the bleach has gone on there and, it's blown up that hair cuticle on there. So they're lacking that protein to help smooth and seal that hair cuticle back into place. So you're going to want to put that mask on, and when you put that mask on or your deep conditioner, one thing you have to remember is that you don't want to be using too little. You want to make sure that you're using enough. My method, I always tell people, make sure that the ends of your hair feel nice and slippy, slippy and silky. So that's how you want to know that everything is nicely coated. So making sure that you're running your fingers through, you're pulling, making sure it's really worked into those ends, because that's where your hair lacks the most moisture, is right there in those ends. So, Molly, I don't have curly hair. My hair is really straight. What should I be doing that's different to someone that has curly hair? Now, if your hair is super, super straight and you just have really fine hair, you want to make sure that you are using a product that is beneficial to what you are lacking in your hair care. So if you notice your hair is dry, you want to be looking for moisture rich ingredients. Maybe if your hair is porous, you want to make sure that you're looking for porosity control. If you're coloring your hair, that you're restoring your hair back to its pH. So maybe pH balancing products and such. I mean, there's a big realm of everything. I could probably go on for hours and hours and hours on, just the small things alone. But you have stick straight hair, you just want to make sure you're getting those ends too, because even though your hair may not be curly, those ends are still the most fragile part. So you want to make sure that you're running those through. Now, the biggest thing is to make sure that all of the curls around your head are completely saturated in that, in your deep conditioner, because that's what your curls are going to thrive on. They're going to thrive on all of the moisture and everything that you are putting in there. You're restoring your hair back to as much as you possibly can. So whenever I have my clients, I like to have them flip their head over. So yes, their head is completely flipped over and their water and all this conditioner is like soaking onto the ground. So you're just going to want to put a towel on top of their feet and then you want to scrunch all of that conditioner. So you're already forming all of your curls here for someone. So you're scrunching, you're working all of that conditioner in and everything, and it should feel nice and luxurious and soft. You should start to see ringlets form for the curls and such. That just kind of varies and depends. Now, if you are noticing that maybe you have like one little curl here, but then you have a bunch of frizz everywhere, you need to work that product in a lot more. So maybe get a little bit more product and put a little bit of water in there. So surprisingly, water is going to be your best friend in your curly girls, because that hair is looking to absorb all of that moisture. So put a little bit more water, keep scrunching, and then you should start to see what they say are clumps. So you're looking for like clumps of curls that have formed in the hair. So how all of these are kind of all together right here, that's very similar to what you're looking for in a client with curly hair to get the best curl outcome for them. So putting your conditioner on, scrunching it up and everything, and then letting it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes or so, letting that product completely absorb in, and then rinsing the product out. Now, you don't want to be bringing any type of brush or anything with you. You want to either be using your fingers or maybe a wide tooth comb or even a Denman brush. Those are going to be the three things that you're going to want to use if you have really curly hair, especially if you have a tighter curl, more towards, the 3s and the 4s. You want to make sure that you are properly treating your hair. I had to get protein treatments by bleached hair. Yeah. So especially if you're bleaching, you're looking to repair all of that blown up cuticle and bring it all back into place. So I've brought my client back over there. We've shampooed, we've conditioned. I've brought her back over there. I bring her back over to my chair, and she just has, this towel on there. Now, in the salon, you're not necessarily going to whip out like a t-shirt. You're going to want to be using a microfiber towel. So I just have one here. You want to be using a microfiber towel because that is going to not suck all of that moisture out of the hair. It's going to keep the moisture that the hair needs, but get rid of that dampness that is in there. So you want to be making sure that you're performing a scrunching motion with the hair. So you want to be scrunching up like this and everything. But that's to come. So your client's sitting in your chair and everything, and you're like, oh my gosh, I just shampooed and conditioned. What do I do now? Well, now it's where you're going to make the ultimate decision on, after you have shampooed and treated your client's hair with your decided method, with your deep conditioning and everything, you are going to want to decide what their hair is still lacking. So if you get over there and you notice the hair is completely bone dry, and it's just not holding water or anything, you're going to want to look for, porosity control of some sort. Potentially recommending your client to come back for bi-weekly deep conditioning treatments based on what you're looking for. If you notice that their hair has held on to a lot of water and it's kind of dripping all over, it's going to, you're probably going to be very well off. It's only when the hair is very stringy, it's very frizzy from coming back from the shampoo bowl, that you're going to want to just kind of talk over your client's hair history. What kind of shampoo were they using? Obviously, it's something that is stripping all of those oils that we need in our hair to grow and let it flourish and thrive. I don't think I've brushed my hair in like 3 years. Yeah, no, I totally feel you on that one, promise. Would a curl definer help with wavy hair? Yes, so I'm going to get to that part, Marisol, for you. So I've got my client sitting back over at the shampoo bowl. The first thing that you want to do is you want to put a leave-in conditioner of some type into the hair. Sorry, all my nails like split down the middle over here. So you're going to want to put a conditioner into a leave-in conditioner into your hair. So what that leave-in conditioner is going to do is it's going to help seal and lock in all of that moisture that you just did at the shampoo bowl for your client. So you're wanting to put that leave-in conditioner. My preferred leave-in conditioner is the Curvaceous. I don't know if you guys can see that at all. But it is the Curvaceous leave-in. It's their regular conditioner. So this conditioner can be used two ways. I can put it in my hair and leave it in my hair at the while I'm shampooing and conditioning, and that can be my conditioner. Or I can put it in my hair wet and leave it as my leave-in conditioner. So whenever you are buying curly hair products, you definitely want to check and see if they can be used on wet, dry hair as regular conditioner and such, because that's where you're going to want to get as much knowledge as you possibly can. Before I had Curvaceous, I was using DevaCurl. Don't nobody come after me, please. I was using DevaCurl, but before everything kind of started going downhill with DevaCurl, I had already switched over to Curvaceous. So, if DevaCurl works for your hair and that's what's going for you and you're not experiencing any bad symptoms with it, that's perfectly fine. But my second best one to recommend is the Curvaceous line. It's the Balm.com. You guys can buy it at RDA or anything. It truly is, night and day difference for me. But, like I was saying, it's going to take a lot of trial and error to figure out, what works for your hair, what doesn't work for your hair, and maybe a product will work for a month in your hair and then your hair has changed. So that's why curly hair is ever changing. But you got your client there, put your leave-in conditioner in, and you're going to continue to do that scrunching motion. So we have the sopping wet hair, probably water falling down their cape and everything. That's perfectly fine as long as you have a cape on your client and you're keeping them dry. You want to have as much moisture as you possibly can. So you're scrunching, you're putting that product all through the hair, and you're still looking for those clumps to find those clumps that you're looking for to get those defined curls. I feel like the leave-in conditioner causes me to get dandruff. Then Jessica, you could be allergic to something that is in that leave-in conditioner. I don't know. You could be spraying a little too much on there. Or you could just not be completely cleansing the scalp as needed. It could be a big variety of things, but I would just remove that leave-in conditioner and swap it for a new one, and then see how that fixes it, or if that changes anything, if you still experience that dandruff or anything like that. But usually a leave-in conditioner is not going to leave you with too bad of dandruff. It's got to probably be something to do with your shampoo or your conditioner. I know my boyfriend is allergic to pyrethine zinc, so any dandruff shampoos, he can't do that. So definitely make sure that you're looking into that. Got my client, she's nice and hydrated and everything. So let me go ahead and just mist my hair down for you guys. Let me show it. Now, since I am on day 2 hair, I'm not going to completely soppingly wet my hair down. I just have a little spray bottle here, and I'm just going to spray my hair down. I want to make sure that I'm breaking it apart. Now, I'm not raking through my curls. I'm just picking up and moving. So my fingers are not breaking up my actual curl clusters. You want to make sure that you are keeping those curl clusters. You're not running through, because that's going to cause a lot of frizz in your curls. So I'm just going to get my hair nice and wet. Now, if anyone does decide to take up on the curly method, let me know. I can kind of help you and guide you and find you on some starter products that will probably help your hair. But going through, I'm just getting my hair nice and wet. I want to make sure that I'm getting this under part right under here nice and wet as well, because that seems to be my problem spot. Is the very underneath. I guess my hair is just very heavy on top. So it's probably weighing those curls down a lot. So that's why I'm not getting as much definition as I would like to down there. But I'm not breaking through. A wet brush, it is better, but it's not better. It just kind of depends. Now, they are great because the actual bristles of the brush don't, they're not sturdy, so they kind of will fall through your hair if they hit um, if you hit kind of like a barrier or something like that. Um, it can cause a lot of frizzing and curly hair, but if you are going to use a wet brush and you have curly hair and you want to achieve curls, use the wet brush in the shower. Don't use it on your actual dry hair because then you'll just end up with a big frizzy mess everywhere. So I've got my hair nice and wet and everything. Your client's hair is nice and wet and all of that. And I'm going to go ahead and get my leave-in product. Now, everybody's hair is going to be different. My hair it's not super dry. It's pretty well moisturized. So I probably do not need a whole lot of my leave-in conditioner to put in there. So I'm just going to go ahead, not too much. I'm just going to use maybe about a little quarter size amount, maybe a little bit more. Okay, so I don't have too terribly much in there, but for me, I have a lot of hair. So I want to make sure that all of my curls are getting penetrated and that they're going to have a nice amount of moisture in them. So I'll just flip my head upside down and then I will scrunch up like this. You're going to want to have your client flip completely over and scrunch up. So whenever I'm scrunching, I'm just going up and down. I'm not running my fingers through my hair or anything. I'm just scrunching. I'm getting all of that product to absorb into my hair strands as opposed to just sitting on top. So we're going in. I'm just scrunching. Now, since I did not get a whole lot down on the very ends of my hair, I'm just going to put a tiny little bit on here, rub it through, and then make sure my ends are real nice. Make sure I have the back. Just making sure that I have tons of moisture. Now, I'm sure some of you can see, now that I have wet it down, I kind of have a little bit of stringiness, but I don't have a whole lot of frizz. That's what you're looking for. Now, if you get to this stage and you realize you have a whole lot of frizz, my suggestion is you need to go ahead and put some water on your hands, mix it with your leave-in conditioner, and then scrunch. And you are really going to start to see those clusters of curls like form. You're going to notice that the frizziness is not going away. Now, I don't want to be focusing my product on my root either. I want to make sure that I'm staying off of my root because if I'm just going in here and massaging this straight onto my scalp, I'm going to feel like I have buildup on my scalp. It's not going to be clean or flowy by any means at all. So I've just put my leave-in conditioner on. You've just put the leave-in conditioner on your client and everything. And you guys are ready for the next step. So when applying products to curly hair, you want to save the gel for last. So gel needs to be the very last thing that you guys put on in the curly hair. You want to be sure that you put all of your products in before you put your gel in because the gel is going to create a cast over the curls. So it's going to protect the curls from getting frizzy while you are diffusing and everything. And that way you're keeping everything up and going. So my preferred method, my preferred curl defining cream is the Moroccan oil. Let me close my window over here for you guys. Okay, hopefully you can see this a little bit better now. But my preferred method is the Moroccan oil curl defining cream. It's the best one. It's very, very, very lightweight. Now, like I said, this is the one I have found works best for my hair. For those of you that have super, super fine curly hair, this product is probably not going to work very well for you because it is very, very heavy. So it's, once again, we're looking to lock in all of that moisture, and this product is really going to help me in locking in that moisture. So this one, since I usually only put this one in while my hair is sopping wet. I never put it in to refresh my curls or anything. Only when it's sopping wet, because that is where I'm going to get the best curl formation. Not while I'm on, day 2 or 3 hair and not looking for too much curl formation, as they've already pretty much formed. But I wouldn't, on a client that has about the same length hair as I do, pretty thick curly hair, I would go in first with probably about this much or so, and you're just going to want to go in and you're going to perform that scrunching method again. So if any of you have never done like scrunching or anything on your hair, this is totally going to cramp your hands up. But I promise you, the more you do it, the less your hands start to cramp up. But you are doing pretty much this scrunching motion the entire time. So my client's sopping wet, my hair's, all the water's dripping down and everything. I'm going to focus on the bottom of my hair. So I need a lot of definition down here at the bottom. So I'm just going to scrunch in, going all the way around. Now, I use that amount kind of on just this half of my head, so I think I'm going to go back in and get a little bit more from my other side. But as you guys can see, the more I continue to scrunch and scrunch and scrunch, the more I'm starting to get these clumps that I'm looking for. It's not being as frizzy. So I'm just scrunching all of this product in. Y'all are too cute in the comments. Love all of y'all. I miss everybody. Oh my gosh. So I've got everything scrunched in. I am looking for a little bit of lift at my roots. So I'll just kind of take my fingers real wide and lift up my roots. So then that way, as I'm drying, I'm making sure I'm getting the volume and the definition that I'm looking for. So I'm not too worried about where my client's hair is going to part right now, because I'm still wanting to put in the remainder of the products. So just to recap, we've put a leave-in conditioner in, a curl defining cream, and then I'm going to put my gel in. So it is possible to save your hair after you flat iron it too much. You can. You just have to believe. You got to believe in the process. So I just have my towel over here, wiping my hands down and everything. And as I'm kind of clumping my hair, I'm noticing a sticky feeling on there. So I don't really want that sticky feeling necessarily. This hair just won't go away. So I don't want that sticky feeling. I want my hair to feel very soft, very, very well conditioned, and I want that moisture in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and wet my hair down a little bit more, hopefully not fall out of my chair. I prefer to avoid applying product to my roots. Yes. I prefer to not apply products either at my root. I just had a little bit left on my hands, not a whole lot, and it's just a very lightweight cream, so help to get some definition up there. But I very rarely ever will apply on my roots either, Monica, because I do like to go probably about a week to a week and a half of not washing my hair. And that's just that I've trained my hair to be able to go about a week without all of that excessive crazy oil buildup. So I've got my curls here. Your client's hair is starting, to take shape. You're starting to see everything. Now, if you're noticing you don't have any curls at all, like the hair is just not doing anything, you need to add more moisture and keep scrunching that hair up. So scrunching it, making sure everything is going over well and all of that. So my last product that I'm going to put in the hair is going to be a gel and then a styling cream. Now, the styling cream is something new that I have kind of come into. I accidentally ordered it. I thought it was a deep conditioner, but it really was just a curling twist and shout cream. So I bought it. I got to use it. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. So I have my gel here. My preferred gel is the Blueberry Bliss Curl Control Gel. Now this is a drugstore product. It's not a professional brand. Now I do buy my products directly from Curls online though. So that way I'm making sure I'm getting my for real products. I'm not getting anything that is watered down. Maybe it has a cut in it. Maybe there's a lot of, you know, different silicones in there and such. But I am making sure that my products come directly from a distributor. So I don't buy them at CVS or Sally's or anything. I buy them either directly online or I buy them from like Armstrong or RDA. So this one you're going to be able to find online at Curls. It smells absolutely like, it just smells so great. And so does this one. I mean, they both smell wonderful. So if you're a person that loves great smelling hair products, as horrible as they may be for us, this is like the bomb.com. They even have a cupcake one. If you're looking for something, it's a lot on the cheaper end. The Curvaceous and the Moroccan Oil Curl Defining, they kind of tend to run, I think this big bottle is about $20 or so, and then this one, it's only like $2 or $3, but either way. These, I think this bottle was maybe about $10, and then this one was about $14. So it's about a $6 or $7 difference than what you're going to be buying at Armstrong or such. But it's just kind of what works for you. So these both are silicone, paraben, and sulfate free. This one is even to help grow, repair, protect, and restore your damaged curls. So I personally am looking for some growth. I'm looking to repair and protect my hair as I color it, and restore, you know, because I have been bleaching it. I decided to go a little bit more blonde, and, you know, I'm making sure that I'm taking care of my hair because I've been there with hair all the way down to here, and it just was like gum in the water. So you don't want to be having that effect. So client sitting there sopping wet. You've put your two products in. I'm going to put my gel in, and then I'm going to put a little bit of my curly putty in here. Not a whole lot. So these two are going to help lock and seal all of that moisture in. So we've been working to put all of this moisture into the hair, making sure that everything is going well and getting all of our curl formation. So now we have our nice curl formation and everything is ready to go. So I just mix those two together, and I'm going to just kind of run my hands over the curls, over my clumps and everything. And then I'm going to scrunch in. So I'm scrunching all of my products in. Now, this is my gel, so this is the last thing. Rosie, no worries, Rosie, you're good. If you want to rewind the video, I have some tips and tricks on interviewing for professionalism and such. So no worries, girl, we got you. And then over here, my other hand, I'm going to start creating my cast and scrunch. So now that I have gel and everything, I don't quite have a hard cast on there by my means. So I'm just going to go back for a little bit more gel. So don't be afraid of the gel, you guys. I think the biggest concern with people that have curly hair is you end up with that hard, crunchy cast. Well, no worries. You're able to just take a little bit of water and scrunch out that cast, and then you have really nice defined curls that aren't super frizzy. So just going to mix these all in here. Get right here in the front some. Make sure I have my back really well. And flip over. So how I flipped over with my hands and I supported the hair, I did that so I'm not stretching out my curls that I've just worked so hard to create. So you want to make sure you're very gentle with your hair. You don't want to be, raking through it and combing through it all the time and brushing it and everything. You want it to be very gentle, almost like a little baby. So here's my t-shirt. I'm not going to use my microfiber towel. I prefer to use a t-shirt. I just have an old one that I flipped inside out. And I'm going to use it and I'm going to scrunch up. So this is going to remove all of that excess moisture that our hair does not need. So I'm getting rid of all of my moisture going in. Scrunching, scrunching, scrunching. Alright, so here it is. Now I'm at this point. Sorry, I can't really scoop my chair. I need to get over here to my diffuser top. So I have the same diffuser and blow dryer that you guys get. This one's pretty big. The biggest mistake people make when diffusing curly hair is they put it on super, super high heat and then they blast that airstream. So what I have found to cut down on my frizz in my curly hair and hold the curls that I want is that I put it on no heat. So I have it set to no heat on my blow dryer. And then I'm going to use high speed to dry and diffuse. So I'm just going to kind of show you guys. I'm going to put the video on mute for you guys so that way y'all don't have to listen to my loud blow dryer. But your client, you would want to have them flip their head over and you're just going to diffuse up and down. You want to hold for about 5 to 10 seconds or so. So let me show you guys what that would look like. Okay, I don't want to scare anybody. I hope if it didn't kill anyone that was wearing headphones or any means. But of course, as you guys saw right there in the very end, I was kind of taking that blow dryer, or my diffuser top, I'm sorry, my bad. My diffuser top, and I'm just going around on the roots because you want to make sure that the roots are completely dry. It's okay if the ends are just a little bit wet still, no worries, because you're going to be there for hours if you're going to get that hair completely dry, especially if you're using no heat. But with using no heat, I am not getting a whole lot of frizz, so I'm not in here creating big curls. I'm creating nice long curls that look very nice, very professional, nothing crazy. So it looks like my hair is very well maintained, it's very well kept, and now all of that. Now, this is where everybody would start to freak out because they would be like, oh my gosh, my hair feels crunchy and nasty. What am I going to do? Or my client's hair feels crunchy and nasty. All you need to do is take your hands and re-scrunch. So you're doing what we call scrunch the crunch. So you are essentially just scrunching all of that crunchiness that you just created out. My hair is not completely dry. It takes about 45 minutes or so for my hair to completely dry. So usually I don't diffuse, I'll just naturally let it air dry. But now I've broken up my cast, I can let my hair dry, and I can get all of my curls, just to kind of sit and let them all dry. Now, once my hair is completely dry, I'll go in there and I'll rough it up. I will not rake through my curls. I will simply just re-scrunch my hair. Maybe I'll put a little bit of oil. I like to use the Moroccan oil, but I just ran out this morning. So I have this little Scruples silk serum. So you do want to make sure that it is an oil that will actually penetrate into the actual hair strand, not one that's just going to kind of sit there and look pretty. So I would just take a little bit of oil, re-scrunch all of that out, and then I would be here. So here it is for you guys. Here's my little tips and tricks for y'all. I was wondering if someone who has straight hair and follows the same steps will have the same curls as yours. No, you're not going to have the same definition as what I got. The hair just is naturally, it has no means to curl or hold any form. Now, if you have someone that may have a little bit of a wave to their hair is more likely to hold a curl a whole lot better than someone that just has very sleek, straight hair that just kind of doesn't do very much. So you definitely can try it out. Maybe if you like your daughters have, rather curly hair or something, you could try it out. Even on your boyfriends, if they have, most guys have a pretty natural curl to their hair, especially if it's on the longer side. And you guys can just go in there and scrunch it up and all of that, and let me know how it goes. Does anybody have any questions? I guess that's about it. Yeah, a spiral perm. Yeah, you could definitely, if someone did receive a perm, you can do all of these steps, but you would have to, of course, do these steps after, like about the first 48 hours or so of that perm, so it can set into the hair. So if everybody has no questions, you guys can go ahead and leave your name, first and last name, and school over into the comments. So that way we can get that final roll call done. And I hope this kind of helped you guys, especially those of you that struggle with curly hair, kind of what to do, how does everything work, what do I need to put in there, and everything. So awesome. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful night. Love everybody. I miss everybody. Don't forget to put your name over into the comments for roll call. I'm going to let everybody get put in. Awesome. Oh, thank you guys so much. I miss everybody. Awesome. Alrighty, awesome. Well, you guys are wonderful. Y'all are good to go for the night. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy my night. We're babysitting tonight, so wish us luck. Y'all have a good one. Bye.